Kinda like the way everything is great, just like what you say. I don't need you, I don't look like you. Do the things you do, but I'm fucked up too. I don't need you.
Hey, Chris Liepe here. You guys have been asking me to do Parasite by Electric Callboy, and more than a couple of you have mentioned that Nico's approach on this song is different. So I'm intrigued. Hey, let's listen to Kevin in a minute, or let's listen to Nico in a minute, but I want to point something out. I always love these passages with Electric Callboy. Part of me. Like, you hear that in the midst of him just totally breaking up over part of me. He goes back and forth so seamlessly between this sort of like grown-up crying and fully engaged scream. I love it. There's more distortion on his voice. Like, yeah. There's some real like meat to that. And it was still okay. He's usually cleaner. We usually have this contrast between like nice guy vocals and then the screaming, right? There's this huge contrast. And here they're blurring the lines a little bit between the two different types of performances and the two types of engagements. Part of what we're hearing is the da-da-da-da-da-da. There's the low doubles there. And what they've done in the past, like with Hypa, they have screaming behind it, the clean vocals, to make it seem more aggressive, even though the regular vocals, the main line, is more clean. Let's see if that's what they're doing here. No, I don't hear that. Okay. Let's unpack that sound. And we haven't heard it this way from Nico yet. At least I haven't. Okay! Hitting the notes. That's a non-compressed sound. And it's also belted. Nico tends to, okay, really have this light, I think it sounds a little Backstreet Boys, to be honest. But here, he's adding compression. So if we take this, okay, brighten it up, okay, and rather than the lifting something heavy approach that I've talked about before, which does get you there, that's better for adding distortion to your lower voice. But what we're going to do this time is, okay, on K, I'm going to buzz it. So, I'm going to, okay, and I'm going to make that buzzer sound, that sound effect. I'm going to combine that sensation with this note. Okay, yeah. Huh? So clean, okay, buzz, in anywhere that's comfortable with your voice, and then think those notes while you're buzzing. Okay. If you'd like to work towards doing some of these things with your voice, it is possible. You just need the right foundation, and I can give you that right foundation if you click the link below to join my free voice course. You can find the link in the pinned comment or the video description. That engage, compress, yell. Back to the pitch screaming. Oh, yes, that is all mouth shape. And something I've really been practicing lately, especially since hearing all the different variety in Electric Callboy songs, is by going from this sound, this sound up there, to that lower engaged sound. So we're transferring engagements from higher and upper constriction downward to more of a pure false chord engaged sound. So we have this, and I like just saying the word like wow. Huh? Hear how I went down at the very end? So I sort of dumped into my false chords and then released. Yeah. Yep, distortion and clean and all the cool screaming techniques. And again, a wonderfully catchy song. Check out this playlist. Make sure you've seen all of my Electric Callboy breakdowns. And again, if you would like help exploring your voice and pulling some of these techniques out, you can do it. Click that link below and join my free voice course. We'll see you for more.
Just like a crow chasing a butterfly, dandelions lost in the summer sky. When you and I were getting high as outer space, I never thought you'd slip away. I guess I was just a little too late.
I let out a gleeful yelp as soon as I saw that this had come out. I was so blown away by Bowser from the Nintendo movie. There's so much going on vocally with Jack Black. In many ways, because it's so crazy, there's things that are happening with his voice that operating out of that place of freedom allows him to be in that awesome place vocally. Let's see what he's got with this Kung Fu Panda song, huh?
Oh, baby, baby, how was I supposed to know that something wasn't right? Oh, baby, baby, I shouldn't have let you go. And now you're out of sight. Yeah, show me how you want it to be. Yeah, tell me, baby, 'cause I need to know now. Because my
What a voice!
oh, baby, baby, how
Oh baby, baby. That's not how he talks, right? Oh baby, He's almost giving a parody of that tongue cupping sort of thing that people accuse Eddie Vedder of doing, but he doesn't really do.
was I supposed to know?
And he opens it up there. Oh no, 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 no. He's moving around a lot.
That something wasn't right.
Something wasn't right here. Now, we have to understand that great voices move around in the way that people place them in their face. Something wasn't right here. No, that's boring. Something wasn't right here. That's way more engaging because it's traveling around. The air is going sometimes a little bit more out of our nose, sometimes more through our mouth. Sometimes he sounds like a cartoon character from the Warner Brothers. Right here. Sometimes he's more serious, although not really.
Oh, baby, baby, I shouldn't have let you go.
Love that run, but also that little piece of grit. Listen to that.
That something wasn't right. Oh, baby, baby, I shouldn't have let
I should. Lifting something heavy. I shouldn't have let you go. But just for that one little note, again, really dynamic.
you go. And now you're out of sight. Yeah,
Now you're out of sight, yeah.
So if you were to talk like this, you would be considered a complete fool.
It would sound inappropriately stupid if he was always doing that. But we have this idea of him going in and out of it. You listen to some of the best vocalists out there, and they do this. Chris Cornell is one of the most prominent examples of this kind of technique. It's usually by throwing off all your inhibitions and being willing to be crazy and stupid that you discover the most about your voice and about what it can do. If you'd like help doing that while not judging yourself and not being afraid of hurting yourself, click the link below, either in the pinned comment or the video description, and join my free voice course. I'll help you pull things out of your voice in freedom that you never knew were there.
how you want it to be. Yeah, tell me, baby, 'cause I need to know now. Because
Harry kissed his head voice. No, now, because, no, now, because.
My loneliness
how thin his voice is up there?
Time.
Hit me, baby. Hit me. Hit me, baby, one more time. And then it's grounded in more of that wonderful baritone sound he's got. But his vocal weight gets really thin. Hit me, baby, one more time. For just a second up there.
Hit me, baby, one more time. Hit me, baby, but not too hard. Hit me one more time.
Time.
Hit me, baby, but not too hard. One more time again. I must confess that my loneliness is killing me now. Don't you know I still believe that you will be.
Yeah.
Loneliness is killing me now. Don't you know I still believe.
Let's get there. Don't you know? It's actually, the clue is in the line before. Listen.
That my loneliness is killing me now. Don't you
No! He's bringing that resonance back. No! Keep that in mind. And then...
loneliness is killing me now. Don't you know I still believe.
Don't you know I still believe? No. Don't you know? Don't you know? Don't you know? Closer.
Don't you know?
Don't you know I still believe? There's an extra level of grit there that goes beyond just compressing, pushing his voice to a certain limit, an arbitrary limit that he's felt out in advance.
Is killing me now. Don't you know I still believe that you will be here.
I love that. You will be here. You will be here. That sigh with that H.
I still believe that you will be here. And give me a sign. Give me, baby,
He's so agile too.
and give me a sign. Give me, baby, one more time.
Oh, it's so cool. I want to hear the ending.
One more time again. I must confess that my loneliness is killing me now. Don't you know I still believe that you will be here. And give me a sign. Give me, baby, one more time.
I knew it, that there would be some awesome vocal gems in the midst of the utter ridiculousness. Honestly, that's where I find most of my vocal gems, is by willing to be completely ridiculous myself as I'm embracing different sounds that my voice accidentally makes and then leaning into those. If you'd like more help doing that with your voice, click that link below in the video description or the pinned comment and join my free course. And be sure that you've watched my other Jack Black video that I mentioned at the beginning. It's linked right here.
I'd rather be with, I'd rather be with an animal. I'd rather be with an animal.
Yes, new Red-Handed Denial. I love this band. And I've actually done a whole course on singing and aggressive vocals with lead singer Lauren Babick. You can check out that link in the description or the pinned comment. Let's see what this latest release has brought us.
Watch it.
Yeah.
You tried to fucking break
There's a lot to get excited about here and unpack. And thankfully, since I've done a course with Lauren and spent lots of time with her, I have a pretty good idea of the approaches that she's using to get these amazing sounds out of her voice. Now, Lauren is able to, and especially in this new song, the range of her screams just sounds amazing. In order to get her sound, even for the lows, she rarely uses the Will Ramos like false chord traditional sort of sound. She uses the upper constricted and then will shape with her mouth to get things lower. And at the same time, we'll work on bringing that constriction a little bit lower, that compression a little bit lower in the throat as she shapes her mouth. You can get pretty low, yeah, without going to the sound. This also allows you to be really rangy.
You tried to fucking break me, suffocating. I tried to get you out of my skin.
I love how she inserts little bits of her primary chord engagement in there. When you're juxtaposing my voice and her voice and how beautiful her voice sounds in those transitions, it doesn't sound quite right, but that's essentially what she's doing. She's abandoning into that upper constricted sound. That sigh was particularly cool right there. Using both of these techniques bridges the gap in intensity and allows her to be really intense with her voice and not lose that when she goes to a scream. You're not welcome here! Back to that technique. Just beautiful, beautiful presence and placement with her voice. Her contrast just gets me all the time. Listen to that approach. That onboarding there is amazing. Now that part right there, listen to how she's choosing certain notes. There's still a pitch there, but she's adding that screamy grit over the top. This is, again, a pitch basis scream. Paralyzed and victimized. No. Paralyzed and victimized. Yes. If you were to break that down, paralyzed and let your voice crack and compress right when you feel your voice cracking, right when you feel it breaking while thinking that maintained pitch. Victimized, is yes. Right there, listen how she sighs. She takes that word again, and belts that note, really a forward, powerful sound, and then releases out of it with this, This is one of the hallmarks of a lot of great singers, and you really notice how much it brings out this emotional connection with the melody, because it's not just notes being sung in very static ways. So much dynamic. And even right there where she starts in her head voice, take control of me again. So much going on in that one little phrase. Now, do you hear the difference in placement and intensity and also the broadness of frequency response between the screams that she was doing over the melody when she was singing and those? Those are thinner sounding. They include little to none of her primary chords, and therefore there isn't as much Lauren quality in them, although because she's blending them in with so many different approaches and techniques, we still know that, that's part of Lauren's thing. She has these diverse sets of engagements with her harsh vocals. That's a fuller scream. Versus watch it die. That is a sheenier sound. Die. And it's more controlled when it comes to the frequency response and airflow. Less abandoned. No less cool, though. And awesome that she's using so many different approaches. There's also some awesome doubling where she's using even lower pitched positioning panned outward, which is super cool. There's a nice heated, compressed singing sound there on Drift Away. Listen again. Drift away, drift away. Hear how she grew that? Started in head voice and then transitioned into a chest voice and then compressed. So this is the same technique as adding constriction over normal breath. Except now she's holding a note. Hey! 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 Hey!
When the parasite inside my mind remains unloved, left paralyzed and victimized, frozen in time. Because of what you've been at your brain, you won't take control of me again.
Yeah, I like that articulation a lot. So light. Take control of me again. and growing that phrase. If you don't arc phrases in your own singing, if you're just about hitting the notes, you can't get anywhere near the connection with your listener. Part of the reason her voice is so compelling is because she covers all dynamic ranges sometimes, even within a particular phrase, sometimes even in one note.
You won't take control of me again. No parasite, I'll exercise this body's mind. Can't stay down, watch it die.
Now there we have die, which is that false chord, low engaged, psi-based distortion on the wings, as we have the die shaped and in the center.
Can't stay down, watch it die.
What a groove.
Watch it die, you parasite. Watch it die, you fucking parasite.
I gotta hear that ending again.
Watch it die. Watch it die, you parasite. Watch it die, you fucking parasite.
Great song. Hooky, catchy, vocal performance is spot on. I love the grooves. I've done quite a few other videos on this channel with Lauren Babick. Check out this playlist if you'd like to get more into her style. And if you want to get really deep into her style, be sure you check that link in the pinned comment or the video description and check out her full-blown course. We'll see you for more. Healthy vocal distortion comes from properly placed and managed compression, holding back air while using proper support. But a lot of singers have trouble holding back air and placing that correctly as they go higher, particularly up into what they feel like is a mixed voice. We end up clamming up or seizing up when we try to go too high with this holding back or compressing air approach. Bear with me here. First, think super thin, high, and whiny. Just make the highest, whiniest, thinnest voice that you can. It might start really head voicey, but we're gonna be more whiny and brash with it. Up here, like this, just talk. This one premiered when I was on an airplane, and I really had to resist the urge to watch it and wait till I got back to my studio so I could make a video on it while I watched it for the first time. So instead, I read a lot about it. I'm so excited to finally see it.
Tell me the words I've forgotten, what we were fighting for. Staring right into the darkness, through an empty open door. Can't put back what's been broken, can't change the moment, we went too far. We're pulling apart for no reason. We're pulling a trigger in a useless war. And if we come back and go into the black, what are we fighting for? What are we fighting for? I was supposed to protect you, no matter what's to come. Somehow forgot when they told me.
The camaraderie and unity that Linkin Park had was just such a cool thing to see, you know, like in the huddles and the way they encouraged each other, and the way that Mike and Chester interacted in the studio, if you've ever seen any of those behind the scenes sorts of things, was just how I would want any relationship with anybody to be, especially fellow musicians.
We're pulling a trigger in a useless war.
That little hint of heat that he tended to do, he was a lot more subtle in the later albums, you know, the One More Light album, but you still had that sense that, you know, he's gonna be so smooth and angelic and then heat it up It always like surprised you and met your expectations at the same time.
No reason. We're pulling a trigger in a useless war. And if we come back or go into the black, what are we fighting for? What are we fighting for? I was supposed to protect you, no matter what's to come. Somehow forgot when they told me we hurt the ones we love. Can't put back what's been broken, can't change the moment we went too far. We're pulling apart for no reason. We're pulling a trigger in a useless war. And if we come back and go into the black, what are we fighting for? What are we fighting? It's just friendly fire.
Nobody has a tone like Chester. Nobody.
What are we fighting? It's just friendly fire.
Rings like a bell. Listen to that approach, though.
Fighting for. What are we fighting? It's just friendly fire.
Just friendly. He like heats that up, and then it's just this wonderful, like round, clean tone. But the approach is part of what makes those notes soar so much. Listen again.
What are we fighting? It's just friendly fire.
Just friendly fire, and rounds out that tone. It's not fire, just friendly fire. Sounds way better than that. I'm trying to illustrate the difference in tonality, like the contrast that he draws out of his voice, even when he's singing clean, is part of what we love so much about his vocal expressiveness and his overall tone.
What are we fighting? It's just friendly fire. 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 Fire.
Yeah. Notice how it's brought back in his resonance there. Forward. Again, I'm really exaggerating it. It's movement, not just note movement, resonant movement. Chester is one of the most dynamically resonant singers out there, and especially in this genre that they pioneered.
We're strangers in between the darkness, diving underneath. I'll find you out on the horizon. We'll never be enemies. Can't put back what's been broken. Can't change the moment we went too far. Pulling apart for no reason. We're pulling a trigger in a useless war. And if we come back and go into the black, what are we fighting for? What are we fighting? It's just friendly fire. 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 Tell me the words I've forgotten, what we were fighting for. Staring right into the darkness through an empty open door. Can't put back what's been broken.
I wanted to watch the beginning again just because there's this sense, right, that the remaining members of Linkin Park are listening to this song and just pondering the immense loss once again as they hear this song start. And then it cuts to Chester, and it's but he is here among us. And then the whole rest of the way the video is shot and edited together. It is this like, yeah, Chester came to visit us. That's so cool. So like heartbreaking and comforting at the same time. Love the video. Love the video. Love the song. I'm so glad we got to hear some new Linkin Park, some new Chester Bennington. Thank you so much for watching my channel, for enjoying videos like this with me. Be sure to check out a lot of the other videos I've done on Chester Bennington. And if you want to learn how to sing or sing better, click the link below in the video description or the pinned comment and join my free course. We'll see you for more. I hurt myself, should have been a little more careful, but I couldn't resist myself. Oh, I hurt myself, should have been a little more careful, but I couldn't resist myself. Ado value. I am 100% sure this is going to be a highly valuable experience for me and my vocal pursuits and just my overall fascination with Ado's approach. This marks the very first video I will have done of hers where I am turning on the subtitles. I have said in the past that I really appreciated not knowing exactly what's being said so I can just dig into the emotion of the voice, but I'm going to take a little bit of a different approach on this one. Oh. This is a wonderful use of rasp. Lots of people think that breathiness or rasp has to be a function of dumping air, like, oh, and then they wonder why they can't hold a note out for more than not even a second sometimes. What she's doing here is she's using compression to get rasp. Oh, solid chord closure. Oh, and then compressing over it. So, constricting the area above her vocal folds and adding good chord closure from the primary chords to it. Oh. This is how it's a bit more of an aggressive rasp, although she's doing a really good job of moderating it so it doesn't sound too aggressive. But that's how she's able to hold out those notes at the same time. If you'd like to learn to work with your voice in playful and freeing ways without the fear of judgment, click the link below and join my free voice course. I will help you learn how to use your voice and have a relationship with your voice that helps you pull sounds and expressions out you never knew were there. Click that link below, either in the pinned comment or the video description. Oh, all the ways that she goes in and out of notes by sighing. Now, I want to talk about these words here just a second because it just... Keep pretending to swim in this sea of superiority and how unfulfilling it is to pretend you're superior to others. Oh. Right? I think in making myself appear better than others, I will feel better than others, but it actually makes me feel lower because it's fake. Talk about imposter syndrome, right? We do it to ourselves. She's going back and forth from that darker posture to the brighter posture. That is so cool. When I do it out of context, and I think when anybody does it out of context, it sounds ridiculous. But it's exactly what makes her voice so compelling, is that she's not afraid of being ridiculous. It's bravery and humility that she demonstrates when she's going in and out of these different vocal postures, because in and of themselves, they are strange. And if we're afraid of being strange, because we want to be superior, because we don't want people to see that we are weak, then we will never have the freedom of self-expression that Ado has as she sings. It's so cool tying it in with the lyrics. If we try to be superior, we miss out on genuine, vulnerable connection, which then allows us to learn things to be truly self-expressive and then good. There's this huge sense of perpetual motion there, that the way that she's pulling back the rhythm, as she hits those downbeats, she gets more on top of the beat with her voice. So there's this push and pull that she's creating with her voice and the track. Singing is so much more than just hitting notes. And this right here, this segment is an example of how rhythm and playing with the pocketing of and placement of those notes within the beat can help you feel so percussive, and how she brings out those consonants there. This song has a bit more subtlety to it in her approach. But sometimes it's the subtle ones that are the most, wait for it, valuable. Because they're the things we don't overtly hear, but they're the things that we sense that really connects us to what's being said. Cool, the whole thing was made on an iPad. That's impressive. Every single song that I've reviewed from this artist blows me away in a different way. This one was the incredible connection I had to the rhythm of the song. And I really enjoyed being able to internalize the meaning of, at least the meaning for me, of the song by having the lyrics on in my language. The resolution and the perpetual forward motion that the music communicated while her voice and the track were coming alongside her goals for herself. Having victory over the struggle in the midst of the struggle. Keep moving forward, not being satisfied with where you are. And I'm sure there's contexts and connotations that I'm not understanding, but that's really what it meant to me, and that's what I got out of it, which is what I love about music. Be sure to check out the rest of the videos I've done on Ado. I'm always adding more to the playlist as well. And again, if you'd like more help discovering what your voice can really do, start by clicking that link below in the pinned comment or the video description and join my free course. We'll see you for more. First, probably easiest to get type of vocal distortion is vocal fry-based distortion. Fry distortion is loose primary chord engagement. Also here, the Electric Callboy guys do it, because every time we this is not to be confused with the term fry scream. They're different. And this type of vocal distortion, if used properly, can be a great way to get into other types of
I love you, oh loves. Do you have those? Do you wanna share them with me? I love you, oh loves. Oh, do you have those? I like to share mine with you. Can we share? Are you gonna spread love or hate? Are you gonna spread love or hate? Are you gonna spread love?